Hold on a second.
Hey, 1 second city.
Yeah, 1 second.
Y'all ain't right, bro.
Hey, baby, pass me them camels.
Pass me those camels, is
I smoked
stupid.
for 25 years.
Oh man,
Smoke
let's wait for
cigarettes
the
and
moment, Mr.
do to you.
Roman.
I've always had a raspy voice, though, even as a teenager.
Hey, can one of y'all please type exclamation point live in the screen in the city chat?
I got you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, OG, when you cried as a baby, was it raspy?
I have no idea. I just know as a teenager, people ask me,
That's
man,
something
you
I
Thanks,
would.
y'all.
raspy voice.
I would be like, was my voice raspy when I cried as a baby?
Wait for them to roll in. Let me make sure.
Let's
Monetize.
get it.
Can't play around with monetization. Hold on. Let's see. Make sure we're live. Am I doing this right? Yeah, we're live. All right, man. Crossplay has been announced. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Let me make sure that this join is live. Stream is monetized. What up, A? What up, Heck? Agent Q in the building. What's goody? Oh, big streams. Folks are like, what the hell is City doing going live again? Oh, we got some of the biggest news, like Red has said, in decades. So one of the biggest things that 2K players have been asking for, requesting for years, is crossplay. And it's been announced, and we're going to wait for the folks to come on in. We'll start some dialogue here right now. But it's official. This is not guesswork, yeah. This is not maybe there's gonna be crossplay. No, this is what up, Jermaine. Agent Q in the building was good. This is official. Crossplay on ESPN.com. It has been announced. And we're gonna go through the article. As soon as we get some more folks in here, we'll go through the article. We have the All City team here. All City Big Heck, All City Big Red, City Chosen, All City OG, All City Wheezy, All City Cheat, All City Slim, and you guys don't see his name at the bottom, which I gotta make an adjustment. Oh no, Tron is not in here. Is Tron in here?
Tron is in here.
He's in here.
You.
Why don't I? Oh, okay, I see his name now. Let me just move it up. 1 second. I didn't see his name. There we go. And also, and the homie All City Tron, man. We in here. Grayson, Jelly, J. Ellie was good. Dame Dashin back in the building. Appreciate you. And we was thinking the same thing about servers. We're gonna get into everything. Coins, sound off, roll call, where you from? Put it in the chat. It's gonna be a good stream today. We got a lot of dialogue to talk about. We got a lot of things a lot of dialogue to create, I should say. And this bright light is coming from this screen that I have here. But that's okay. We'll leave it like that. I'm not minding too much. How do y'all feel about crossplay, man? Let's get into it. What are we thinking about crossplay? Service. That's not a concern.
Man,
I know
if they
really.
do it right,
Good.
if they do it the right way, this could be a game changer for years to come. But like we was talking about before we went live, I feel like they might wind up copying and pasting this game over again. Honestly, if they wind up cutting corners on the cover, Lord knows I don't think they're going to cut corners on with the game too, man.
It's what Slim is referencing, and a lot of you guys may not know. 2K announced the cover athlete today, and like most people thought, is Kobe Bryant. He's gracing the cover for both the standard edition and the Mamba edition. But here's where the problem is, and I'll pull up the covers right now. Give me 1 second. You see the cover on the right, which is the Mamba edition, and you see the cover on the left, which is the standard edition. The standard edition was obviously created first because what they're saying is, you see this large image of Kobe on the right side, this enlarged image. They're saying that was pasted right over the standard edition. Like it was just copy and pasted right over the standard edition. And if you don't know, as a graphic designer, when you get images like this, Kobe on the left side and Kobe on the right side, you're cutting them out. So that way you can just drag and drop when you're making, banners and things like that. So they obviously just dragged and dropped the big image of Kobe on the right side and pasted it over the image on the left side. And the way they found that out, and I think it was DBG on Twitter, and All City Big Heck is the one who brought this to my attention. And I didn't even know what he was speaking about initially. I thought he was just showing me more sweat on Kobe's forehead. But it turns out that the fingers of Kobe's left hand that stretched out there on the left cover was showing through right behind the larger image of Kobe on the right side. So that's what Slim is referencing, that they cut corners on the cover and they actually went public with it. And you know the 2K community, they see everything. Within hours they posted it like, yo, they didn't do that. So if they're cutting corners on the cover, one of the most special covers, mind you, this is 25 years. This is the 25-year anniversary. This is it. The 25th year anniversary is when they decide they'll cut corners. You know how pissed I'd be? I'm talking about somebody's getting fired today. If this was my company and I saw that happen.
That's disrespectful.
Hella disrespectful. What up, Swag, Grayson, Wood, B-Nox? Can't hear anyone in Discord. They are super low. Hold on, let me make sure. They're not. It must be your volume. They're not low. Double check. Let me get a double check testing here. Does anybody else see that the Discord callers are low?
Yo.
Yeah, they're not low.
Testing.
Yeah, they're not low.
Can you hear me?
Does everybody, how do the folks in the live stream hear the people that are on our Discord? Please let me know, because we need to know if it's that guy's volume or is it, because I'm looking at the levels right now as to where, how they sound when they're coming in, and they seem good to me. They're hitting the right level. 2K L with cutting quarters. In honor of Kobe, they're probably going to charge $824 to max out a build. It's already being said that 2K24 is going to be more expensive, yeah. They sound low. It sounds good. Blitz said it sounds good. Bartender said it sounds low. 10 said volume good. D-Money said good. Jermaine Harden said good. All right. So I know the way a lot of you guys, I know the way a lot of you guys Androids work, and the way it's built is that you have
Hey, stop the press.
Yeah, I'm definitely louder than them. Intentionally I'm louder than them, but we just need to make sure that they're heard. That's all we really need, and so far it looks good. Crossplay, if done right, will be amazing. I appreciate that, Ace Move Unscripted. What's good? Salute to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. We getting into the announcement. Now, I know we got the covers on the screen, but this stream is not about the covers. This stream is about, let me put the chat down. This stream is about crossplay and how we feel about what's to come for 2K24. What's to come between PlayStation and Xbox players. No longer are we separated. No longer can Xbox players hide from PlayStation players. And I'm biased. I'm biased because I'm a PlayStation player. So some folks feel like PlayStation just has the better players. And I'm sure a lot of you Xbox heads feel like Xbox has the better players. But we finna find out this year. What do y'all think about that, man?
Yeah, we about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
You said that, you're gonna find out this year. I think it's a big double. It's a big W. One of the
Big
biggest
W.
Biggest W in my history. That's pretty close. Bringing both sides together finally.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool too, man. It was it's definitely much needed. I'm trying to get that thing. Mm-hmm.
Crossplay announcement seems to have a lot of people talking about, who's the best, PlayStation or Xbox, and people brought up a good point that now there's only one legend grind. It's not first PlayStation, it's not first Xbox. If they do the legend grind, right, then that's
right.
Big hype.
That's right.
I didn't even think about that.
Me neither. The homies are saying rest in peace servers. What does this mean for the servers? And Red, I think it was Red that was making that point. What does this mean for the servers?
In my mind, you would think with crossplay that since they're not having to split their servers up between console now, but they only have to split it up between generation, that there would be twice as many servers or to be had with less issues. So maybe they could take the good servers out, or maybe they would have less issues. But hopefully they got the crossplay situation figured out well enough to where there isn't any hiccups or causing any more problems than what we already experienced on the game.
Yeah, and I think that's a freaking great point, because I initially, when anybody mentioned crossplay to me, and it's been maybe about a year or two that I've been saying this, it sounds terrible to me, because they could barely handle the servers on each respective platform. So that was my initial impression until you mentioned what you just said, and that got me thinking that, hey, we got an echo, by the way. But that got me thinking that, hey, that's kind of true. It frees up a bunch of servers, as you chosen. It frees up a bunch of servers that they can now apply, although we're still going to have a super large player base, but they're not separated to Xbox. And I imagine we're going to get some servers because we're merging the communities. So I imagine maybe they'll need more servers to handle the volume of players, but it should serve to the point where we're going to have like servers left over, because we're all going to one place and not two separate places, Xbox and PlayStation. So that makes perfect sense. I guess we got to see. I don't know how that stuff works.
Not me either. You're just gonna have to wait and see, because I have no idea. But if you got big class games like Call of Duty or Fortnite being able to do crossplay, and they don't have any hiccups to that nature, surely someone as big as 2K can figure that out.
Stretch Big said, "I've waited so long to play with All City." Pause. He did say pause. He did add the pause. He did add the pause. Oh, what up, OGGs? Also, how are you today? Big Heck sent me. I appreciate that, Smos Files. Appreciate you being here. Salute to Big Heck for sending them over. Thanks for coming through. I'm chilling, man. Another day, another 50 cents. You already know the vibes. We're talking about crossplay. What does it mean for the servers? What does it mean for us as gamers? What does it mean for our experience in 2K24? Earlier today, we were talking about the covers, and we were talking about whether or not is 2K24 going to be worth pre-ordering, things like that. Still got another video I'm about to drop. But there wasn't too much enthusiasm. It was still a lot of guesswork, especially being that we're not going to get a demo. We're not going to get our prelude, however we say it, prelude. We're not going to have that. So we're thinking it's guesswork until we get this crazy announcement from 2K on ESPN.com. So there's not no bootleg website that you guys see a lot of folks post patch notes from. There's an official post, y'all. And we're finna get right into it. It says, as we celebrate 25 years of NBA 2K with Kobe Bryant, we commemorate his legacy and the generational impact he has had on the game of basketball. Greg Thomas, president at Visual Concepts, the game's developer, said in a statement, while we mark the history of the franchise, NBA 2K24 also looks ahead to the future to bring an innovative leap in technology and the introduction of community requested features like crossplay for NBA 2K24. That is the official announcement on ESPN.com. If you guys want this article and you want to see it for yourself to help, solidify its validity, go check out my last video. I just posted it right before we started this live stream, and I have a link in the description, but it is on ESPN.com. Someone post the link in the chat. Yeah, the link is on. Thank you for saying that, but the link is I didn't put it on Nightbot, but the link is in the description of my most recent video, so you guys are welcome to check that out. The rec gonna be fire if it's crossplay, and there is no more ifs, y'all. Crossplay has been announced. Again, this is on ESPN.com, yeah. And I don't know if this was, maybe because it was hard for me initially. It was hard for me to take in, and that's why as I'm editing the video, I'm asking my wife, can you check the validity of that article? And so I just pulled it back up because I was scrambling. So I just pulled it back up and saw that it's ESPN.com at the top is the URL, and it also has the logo on the tab, which proves, is a valid post from ESPN. So the article is official. We just don't know if it was unintentional. Maybe they didn't intend to post it so soon, or maybe there was something lost in communication. There was some miscommunication going on as to when supposed, because I find it hard for me to imagine that they will release the cover athlete and such a huge announcement like crossplay on the same exact day. 2K is real strict on their rollouts, so I don't know. We'll see.
It's dope because you're gonna get to play with your friends now without having to say, "Hey, let's find something else.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go play Call of Duty."
Yeah, and I would.
Oh, my bad.
No, you straight, bro.
To piggyback off what you said about the possible coincidence or not coincidence of the cover athlete in this game at the same time, maybe you'll 2K to come out with like a live stream or something like that, since this information is starting to get out, for them to go ahead and expedite their rollout regardless of how strict they are, because that surely was a big part of their rollout. It had to have been a giant, huge,
like the biggest, if not, right?
Right. That's crazy news. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I found it, and that's why I think there's something that was miscommunicated, because this wasn't announced on 2K. Like 2K didn't push out this announcement. ESPN pushed out this announcement.
Right.
Do you get what I mean to say? So you would think an announcement like that, 2K is going to have a whole marketing plan for this announcement alone, is what I was thinking. At least that's my first thought. Yeah.
Now I will say tomorrow we get the pre-order, so we're probably going to get some kind of answers there in terms of the capacity and what modes and stuff, because people are saying they're cautiously optimistic. They think that it might just be next gen, or it might be certain modes. So hopefully we get more answers tomorrow when they drop the pre-order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Interesting.
Roger Little said something. He says PC got scripts and cheaters.
Well, if they do crossplay, I could almost guarantee. And they did some work on this. I forget what it was. Ronnie 2K had talked about this. I think it was 2 years ago that I dropped a video on it when they addressed what it would be like to have crossplay for us. And when they spoke about it back then, they said it would only be for for Xbox X-Gen. That's a whole different thing. It'd only be for Xbox and PlayStation. Their Switch is on their own. PC is on their own. They wouldn't incorporate those. At least that's what it was like 2 years ago. So you guys are still gonna PC is still gonna be playing on the PlayStation 2 version of the game.
Sound like they're going to Roblox.
Roblox.
I'm gonna make a Pro-Am league and not play in it, just charge people. Found my lane, tax the ish out of people. Nice. ESPN will probably be in the game. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Does all pressure work for 2K?
Let me make sure. I didn't see how many. Damn, I can't pull it up there. Y'all can keep it going. Let's keep this thing going and you can pull up the comments from the chat too.
That information that we got today on crossplay, is that going to entice you to pre-order?
No.
So,
It still doesn't change. Still don't change anything for me.
Slim
said
quick no.
I'll pre-order. I always do, though.
Man, one thing that 2K has shown us, one thing that 2K has showed us over the last couple iterations, man, is that when you pre-order and get that game day one, that's not the game you'll be playing 30 days after you get it. So I won't pre-order. I'll wait to see like that first little patch that drops within the first day or two. Then I get it. Last year we wound up getting it on the night of. Like I wound up buying it then because everybody peer pressured me into getting it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I got it the night of too. I didn't pre-order until the night.
Yeah.
So that's a good question, yeah. The folks that are watching, does the idea of pre-order, because folks who are on the fence, and like I said earlier, when we just got the news of the covers, it wasn't enough for us to say that's a guarantee. Thank you for the sub, Steve-O. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We have a huge goal to meet this year, and we're going to meet it this year. We're trying to reach the coveted 100K subscribers, and you guys could help participate in making that happen by dropping a sub. So salute to you for dropping that sub, Steve-O. But the cover was not enough say, well, folks are going to pre-order. And keep in mind, yeah, this is the 25th year anniversary edition of 2K. Huge, huge. What's that considered silver? The silver anniversary for 2K. So this is huge. And the covers alone weren't enough to say I'd pre-order 2K with comfort. You don't feel comfort in saying that just yet. But does crossplay entice you guys to wanting to pre-order the game? I ain't gonna front. It was huge news. I left the live stream earlier today thinking, meh, I'm gonna pre-order. You guys know I have to. But I was making a video. The reason why I was thinking, because I was making a video to share my recommendation to you guys. Should you or should you not pre-order the game? And I already had recorded that video before my wife was telling me that Hex sent me some more stuff. So the video was recorded, I was editing it, and then I find out about the crossplay. And it's like, whoa, that means I can't even upload that video because this is a whole nother factor. And I think it is huge for a lot of folks on whether or not they pre-order the game. I don't know how y'all feel. Maybe we could just share some dialogue on that. How do you feel? Does it entice you guys that are watching to pre-order the game now that we got crossplay? That means your homies on Xbox and you never got to drop them off one time for the one time. Now you could drop them off, and you guys could go meet up. Yeah. So.
For me, it's an instant yes. Like this might be the most hyped feature we are gonna get since I guess when they first announced the neighborhood and everybody started getting hyped about it. It's huge news, and it's definitely you could tell already that the hype level is up there, and that the competitive spirit is starting to get into folks. Like people were talking about, I'm gonna pull up on everybody on PlayStation, and I guess so that pull up culture might be coming back. That might make the parks more lit. I'm seeing a lot of that kind of stuff, and I want to be there for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pre-order it so I can play the game, the play the game right before the patches come in.
I hear that. And that's another thing as well, because preludes are important, demos are important, and demos and preludes are something that we've become accustomed to. But over the last couple years, we haven't had an opportunity to experience what the game is going to be like, or any aspect of the game, because I know. Didn't they drop like preludes that you just had like a builder? If I'm not mistaken, it was just like a builder to give you an idea of what the builder is like. So it would be nice if we had something that said, well, this is what you're pre-ordering. But that's not the case. So is it enough? Is it enough?
Preludes. Go ahead. I was just saying, I like to prelude on the fact of whenever they would do it, you could build your dude, go through the whole my career situation you have to go through. So when the game actually hit, your dude was built up, you could just go right into the game and play it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. The same build that you made, it was already done when you loaded up on 2K on release date. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. I don't think the fact that it's crossplay is gonna make people want to pre-order the game. I feel like the whole point of pre-ordering the game is to give yourself an advantage before the official release comes out. So like the whole prelude thing is huge because people can make their build, and their player was basically already made. And if they didn't like their player, they can always make changes and have like a little bit of an advantage.
I think a prelude, a demo would be clutch. It would, but that's something that I expect from a solid company with a heavy amount of integrity that's fully confident in the product that they're asking people to pay so much money for. When we don't get a prelude, when we don't get a demo, and we get finessed like we did on 2K23, although I don't know if it was intentional or not, but we seemingly got finessed because 2K23 was one game when it dropped and is a very night and day different type of game right now if you get on.
That's for sure.
Remember when Mike Wayne said he wasn't going to touch the game?
Yeah. Y'all remember that?
He had someone else do it.
Yeah, he's like, he didn't lie. He said, I'm not a liar. It wasn't me.
Right.
Fleedu or fire, but we will never get one again because it cuts into their money and they can't finesse everyone. And what's crazy is that prelude, honestly, I feel like a prelude doesn't really matter because what we've experienced over the last couple of years, the first patch that ruins the game is like 30 days out, or it changes the game, I should say. The first patch that changes the game is 30 days out from the day you purchase it. I mean, not from the day to purchase it, from the day of release.
Earlier, isn't it? When they when they did that first one with the steel patch, when it was in the first 2 weeks.
I don't remember.
It was like the first week.
It was like the first week. Everybody was on Twitter going nuts about that. I think it was the first week they patched.
Unreal. What up, Levi? Sorry if I'm missing any of the comments. Just continue to share your dialogue. I'll read the comments as we go along, so that way we could get you guys in on your thoughts. Share some of you guys' thoughts from the comment section. Truly appreciate you guys taking the time to leave a comment. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. You could help us hit 100K, and that's the goal for this year. We're definitely gonna make that happen. Salute to y'all. But yeah, man, crossplay on 2K games is something different, something we never experienced, and I think it was due time that we needed something to reinvigorate the spirits of 2K players, because the game alone is not able to do that. The game alone is actually taking away. I think the 2K community and players on 2K are extremely long suffering. And what I mean by that is that we see ourselves getting finessed. We see the game changing in front of us. We see what's going on where nobody could deny that. But yet we still share like the same enthusiasm every year when the game is about to drop. No matter what we may type in a live stream or type in the comments of a video, like, this game is terrible, I'm never gonna pre-order. And then 2 seconds later, you're pre-ordering because we heard this crossplay. So we're long suffering and we're short-sighted. We have a short memory, is what I should say. We're long suffering and we have a short memory, and those things are good in marriage, but in regards to your finances, not so much. And 2K has become a game where every year, and from what we're hearing, 2K24 is going to be more expensive than 2K23, which I had called earlier in the year when I heard Ronnie's comments on how much money we spend. But I just don't think it's a good thing to be so short-sighted. You know, when we're talking about pre-orders, I want to give you guys, I want to touch base on it. Still Swerving, thank you for becoming a member. If you guys would like to become a member as well and join Still Swerving with a badge by your name, I got to change some of those badges. I'll be updating those badges by the name for 2K24. But if you want a badge by your name while you're in this live stream or leaving comments, you could join as a member. You just type !join or !member. The link will come up. You could become a member of our channel here at All City. I forget what I was just going to touch base on that I got into that store. You got me hyped with that membership, Still Swerving. I forget where I lost my train of thought.
He was going down talking about the pre-orders. I don't know where you were going after that.
Well, we could continue on. I forget. I lost my train of thought on where I was. I had a whole like segment set aside for this. But it is what it is. I'm sure it'll come back to me. We could keep this thing going. I've been scrambling all morning.
How much more expensive do you think 2K is going to be? What do you think?
Oh, prices.
The overall
Okay.
cost of the build, boost, clothes, items, everything as a whole.
$824.
Say $824.
But we're able to think about it though. Like, if it's going to be more expensive, what is it? It's going to be just the total cost of the build. It's going to be everything else in between too. So it has to. I mean, everybody's going to notice if boosts go up, even if they go up 50 VC. That's why they do the Gatorade, that little reaction drill, so you can get the discount, air quotes. It's just so you can get it to the original price they intended to anyway. See if people are really actually going to put forth the effort to try to get the 50 VC off for a boost.
So do you think when they talk about the overall price of the game, are they referring to the cost of to buy into the game, like the actual cost to purchase the game, or are you thinking like the build itself?
Yeah, I'm thinking what you guys are going to be paying per bills. They can't From as far as gaming, it has to be like 2K can't come on the scene and say, all right, now you guys are paying $200 for our game. Like they can't, because there's some type of commission that keeps that in line. From what I understand, there's some type of commission. I don't know what it is, but there's something that keeps gaming in line, that prices are universal. And like the standard versions of the game are universal across the board for the most part. You'll see some games at 40, but they won't exceed 70. You get what I mean to say? Unless you're getting like a deluxe version of the game like that, something like that. From what I understand, there's something that keeps that in line.
Is
But
that the same concept for that for DLCs for other games though? Like, you know,
not DLCs, nope.
Yeah.
DLCs is different then, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything in line to keep DLCs in place as far as what you're paying, or microtransactions in place as far as what you're paying for those microtransactions. But they do walk a thin line, because they got to be careful that the consumer base doesn't make it an issue. Like the consumer base has to be okay with it, so that it doesn't go up the ladder and become an issue for gaming in general.
Right.
You know, that somebody got out of hand. So
I could see them copying like that Call of Duty Activision type of situation where it's like a battle pass type of thing.
So I
it's
think
like,
I'm sorry, guys.
no, my bad. Go ahead.
I just think that we might not initially know it. Like you guys know, I dropped the video today I dropped the video this year that was pretty popular within the community about how much more we were paying. So I don't think like initially, no, it was popular because nobody realized, folks didn't realize that we was paying that much. And I think that's where 2K is smarter. They're not going to make it so that you just instantly realize that, wow. So when you add an additional $5 or $10 or maybe $20 or even up to $20, it's not nearly as noticeable. But when you do that over time and say, well, you add 2 years ago, we were paying $40 less for a build. Then you start tripping. Then it's like, hold on, what do you mean I'm paying $40 additional dollars, but the game doesn't feel like it, the gameplay or the experience that I have on the game doesn't feel like it's a $40 extra experience. So you go to the movies and you pay $20 to get in the movie, and then the next year you're paying $40 to get to a movie. And that's what I was going to segue into before when I lost my train of thought, was that, you know, talking about 2K being more expensive or not, and which direction we're heading, and how much more is it possible that we can pay per build. And I think that is limitless, considering that Ronnie 2K publicly said, you guys are willing to pay $20 to go watch a movie for 2 or 3 hours of entertainment, but we're giving you hundreds of hours of entertainment. So what are you complaining about? So that means that, and from their viewpoint, their idea is that they're going to eventually end up, there's no cap on what they want to charge us. You get what I mean to say? There's no cap. Yeah, they feel like they're giving us hundreds of hours of entertainment, and they feel that 2 hours is worth $20. So do the math. Hundreds of hours that they're giving, 2 hours, you pay $20. They're thinking, so I'm thinking, what, you think I'm finna pay $2,000 for a build? I don't know.
That's what they're gonna try to push.
It's definitely not this year. I mean, I'm not saying that we're paying $2,000 this year, but we are going to see an increase. You know, we're going to see an increase in what we're paying for bills, and where that comes from, I don't know. 2K might finesse seasons. 2K might find another. 2K is smart, man. You can never count them out. They could easily finesse it, and we won't even realize that we're paying extra money, like adding a new feature or adding cosmetics, skins, things like this. And the bottom line is, the best way to see it is like, all right, what did I pay for the whole annual cycle for entertainment on 2K? And that's how you figure it out. At the end of the year, what did I pay? So they might introduce a new feature like skins, overlays, things like that, like Call of Duty would do, and charge you $20 for that. And you don't realize it while you're playing. And then by the end of the year, you're like, whoa, I spent $3,000 on this game for the year. I see them doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh, they
getting at when I
already
was
trying to
mentioning,
figure
like,
Mhm.
I feel like I'm going that way.
Yeah.
I could definitely see like real life inflation turns into in-game inflation, and
Mhm.
it already
like
Facts.
it's gonna be like like VC still costs the same, but everything costs more in the game.
Yeah.
But
I can
they
see
they
that
did
type
that
of
a
thing.
little bit. Yeah, they kind of did that with the
Yeah.
they did.
because then they adjust some of like the jersey prices, some of like the regular T-shirts that came
Hmm.
out, like the do rags were like a totally different price. Where dudes was like last year was talking about they run around with do rags. This year they would like weren't even touching them because of the price. Like
Hmm.
it's just a lot of that stuff. So
Hmm.
I
Do rag
definitely
is
see it.
crazy. It costs more for a do rag in the game than in real life. It's crazy.
Nah, but it's facts, man. It's like people forget that, you know, there's costs to running a virtual city. You got sanitation. You guys don't walk around. If you walk around New York, you know, you see garbage on the ground and stuff like that. And in 2K, we don't see that stuff. Everything is clean, it's crisp. So is, you know, in a it's a lot. What I'm getting at is a lot to maintain a virtual city that the common player doesn't understand. And I think that's what folks are missing out on. So when you're paying that extra $200 or $300, just understand that you're helping to maintain this virtual city, and it's your obligation to play this part. As a 2K player, you have to pay and you have to help participate and make. Otherwise, there's not going to be a virtual city, right?
Yeah, they got a homeowners association inside the city that people don't know about.
Help keep 2K clean.
Yeah,
Hey,
it'd be tripping because I
man,
know folks in the live stream be like, "Yo, is he serious? Like, yeah, he's serious. Yeah, he said it costs money to maintain a virtual city."
Yeah, we
Somebody
got the
clip that shit. They probably
yeah.
sharing it.
But one of the things I hope they take my money for is to fix that pothole they got out there by the Robert Mills
Uh
court. They've been out there all year trying to fix that hole.
Got 7 bills on top of VC for animations and clothes. You spent over 1K. Yeah, it's facts, yeah. I spent over 1K on 2K this year. That's that boy KB. My dad be asking me, do your player transfer to the next game? Negative. Naturally, any adult will ask their kid when your kid comes to you. Any parent will ask your kid, you know, your kid is going to ask you for $150 to get a new build and add some VC. Additional cost on top of the $100 that you done got him to get the game in the first place. And then you got some other AAA titles that keep you busy for hours on end or days on end that you don't pay any additional cost for. But then your kid comes to you and asks you about $250 to spend on this game just to start out. And naturally, a parent is going to say, well, is that going to transfer over? Or am I going to have to keep giving you $100 every time you want a different experience on 2K? Scary. VC mortgage. VC equals mortgage. Like, and if listen, I don't think a lot of people mind paying if we have everything that we're supposed to have. So I'm supposed to have a ball machine. I'm supposed to have my own court. I'm supposed to be able to practice where I want and change my animations when I want to change them, change my badges when I want to change them right then and there. Quality of life is what we're supposed to be getting on 2K that we haven't been receiving over the years. The ease of access, things like that are supposed to be what we're getting on 2K when you pay more money for something. When you pay more money to live in a better neighborhood, you get quality of life adjustments. We're paying more money to be on 2K and we're getting less quality of life. Hopefully that makes sense.
100%.
Makes perfect sense.
It makes plenty of sense.
Hey, City, we were talking about the price of bills, and Tank McBride said, wait, it going to cost $150 for a bill.
Mm-hmm.
You were just saying it. People don't realize they spend that much money.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, you don't realize it because, you know, when you're that big, and I'm not trying to speak to y'all, I'm speaking with y'all, and I'm not talking about the All City crew, I'm talking about the viewers, but it's the way to finesse. There's a way to finesse. You know, you can't just outright increase $50 because there's this shock that's going to happen. And you don't know which way that shock will teeter your consumer base. So if they do it in baby steps, which they're completely conscious of what they're doing, because when you're that big, the projections are met over 5 to 10 years. So, you know, there's a complete rollout of this, you know, of this whole process. And they know that they can't just outright increase heavy, but they know over a 5-year plan, they can make sure that they meet the goal of being able to increase the cost per build to say $200. And we don't even see it coming. It's like we won't even see it because we just paid $10. Listen, we were just paying $40 for a build. We were just paying $40 for a build. Now we're paying over $100. What's more insane to me is like, how are they able to do it? Because when I was coming up, I couldn't pay $100 for nothing. But now folks are paying $100 for the game and additional $150 for one additional build. And then if you don't like that build or they patch the game, you're stuck with that build. That's scary. But I'm going to keep y'all posted, man. I'm definitely going to keep y'all posted. You know, when it comes to paying money for builds or breaking down the cost for builds, we're definitely going to make that happen here on the channel. So again, drop a sub if you can. Because I will keep y'all up to date with all that information. Y'all best interest, the player's best interest at heart, always here on this channel.
I mean, you
Like
think
Jay
about
said, we
the
should be able to respec our bills.
No, I was gonna say, you think about the way that everything has kept going up and up in the game itself. A couple years ago, 2K had competition, NBA Live. Now there's no other basketball game out there that's worth playing. I don't even know if there is any other basketball game out there for real, because 2K has cornered that market for right now. So until they get more competition where they're held accountable for making sure they put out a good game, making sure that the cost of everything is low enough that people can actually purchase the game and actually play and compete, they're going to continue to do what they want. So
Yeah, accessibility. You know, for all the people, let's put this in perspective. For all the players that can't afford 2K right now, you guys that actually can afford it carried. What I mean to say is that 2K lost players that just can't afford the game. They lost a tremendous amount of players for people that just can't afford it. And I know they're out there. Like, I know there's people that are in poverty that just can't afford to play or pay that much for a video game. And for all those people that they done lost over the years, they tripled the price on you guys that can't afford it, which makes up for the loss in profits for losing those players who can't afford it. Did that register? Because, yeah, because, and that's going to continue to be the case. Each year, if the prices continue to go up for the players that can't afford it, they're going to have to make up. Like, 2K's not losing profits. They're not trying to lose anything on profits. So they know those numbers. All right, this was our player base this year. This is what we saw in 10 years ago, or maybe let's say 5 years ago. There's the player base numbers that we saw. There's the amount of money that we made. There's what we were charging. So what can we do? And they go into their round table. How do we increase the cost? You know, we're going to lose some players, as naturally anybody would think. We're going to lose some players who just can't afford it simply. But we're going to have to make sure we make up for that. Not only that, we're going to have to exceed any projection that we have. So they charge us way more money. And now we didn't see it coming. We just so happen to walk right into it. It was like an enlightening moment. Oh, we're paying what per bill? Yeah, you're paying. No, that's not coming. That's what you paid already. No, I didn't pay that. Yes, you did pay that. Go add it up. Because that's what we did. We added every attribute and made the cost.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's already ridiculous, right? Right now, it's ridiculous. But here we go. Crossplay. Word. Yeah. I'm hyped. Yeah. Console Wars.
Everybody should go out with a 60 overall and don't upgrade for the whole
and the elitist.
That would be wild.
That would be dope. You ain't lying. And the elitist mentality is, well, I can afford it. You can't. I'm better than you. Get the hell out of here, man.
Bro, hold up. Really?
So you can earn 2.5 VC from daily quests, plus add that on every build, like example 5 builds. That's like 12K. It's so wild to me, Kazi, I appreciate you leaving that comment. It's so wild to me because for me, time equals money. Always has. Time is money. Where do you invest your time and doesn't make money? So when you're saying things like, well, you could earn 2K VC from a daily quest, plus add that on every build, like example 5 builds, and that's like 12K VC. How much time did it take? That's where you find the value in what you're doing. So, you know, it's pretty much a grind, and that's what 2K has done perfectly. 2K has done what they have done perfectly is give you the illusion that you can make what you want. Like you can make them the VC. You don't have to buy VC. That's what they're basing. That's what a lot of people who don't buy VC say. There's only one annual cycle, and if you're like me and a lot of other 2K players, I know there's a lot of offline players, but if you're like me, I mainly play online, and that's where 2K makes most of their money, from people who are making microtransactions for online gameplay. 2K has finessed us. They just finessed us into thinking that we can make it offline. Meanwhile, you done wasted maybe a month out of your annual cycle to grind on 2K. And some people may find that fun. The reason that I disagree with that statement is because I don't find it fun to grind out these things to get VC. My main thing is to make my player and get out there and compete. And I'm sure there's a lot of players out there. Make your player, get out there, be able to compete. And 2K has made it that if you're going to do it offline, you're going to have to invest a lot of your time just to be able to get to somewhere where you can get to instantly if you paid money. And there's a huge difference. That's the problem that I have, is that there's a huge difference in the amount of time invested between hitting that transaction button to get to a 90 overall versus grinding to a 90 overall. 40 hours? 40 hours probably to grind from 60 to 90? Is that legitimate? 40 hours?
Right. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
I
40 hours.
From experience, City.
Okay,
That
yeah.
my first build, I did not put no money into him. He's still at a 97.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have him to a 97 till season 6.
Mm.
And that's doing daily quests every day. That's playing every My Career game. That's completing the entire storyline. I mean, that's everything. And by the time you get him up there, you burnt out on the game.
There you go.
Don't even like playing.
Billy T, yeah, crossplay has been confirmed. But yeah, you see that? That's somebody who didn't spend VC on the first build. And you spend so much time. But to add to that, now don't get me wrong, I think I would personally feel okay with that if if the game stood the same. But the problem is that the game changes. So that's the scary part, is that if you're wasting 40 hours or more, like OG said, but I'm sure not everybody operates on the same type of time as OG. His clock moves in slow motion, so it's different.
I'm friends with Father Time.
Yeah.
I got a sundial.
He got a sundial. But I just mean to say, regardless, you're going to spend a lot of your time trying to make up. And most people are like, yeah, that's understandable. That's cool. I could do a month and grind out. But what I'm saying is you never know what you're going to get when you get back after that month. So you say, I made this player to play what's in front of me, and I'm going to grind them. I'll spend the next month grinding. And then you get back on the game, and it's totally different. It's a totally different game from what you started your grind on. Is
Yeah,
the
that's
build that you're
scary.
grinding, right? Is the build that you just spent a month grinding, is it worth it in the after the patch update? You know how many times we made builds and it's like, damn, I can't even use that build no more.
Experience.
Mhm.
Season 6. Like I said, grinded in 97, you seen it.
Mhm.
Season 6 hit, I couldn't shoot nothing. My build was a shooter. It took me all that just to get him up to a 92 3-pointer.
Let
And
me
then they patched
mm,
it.
there you go. Let me say this real quick. OG is somebody that I saw shooting lights out, and I was just so like proud to see players make advancements like that. And OG was one of those inspirational players to see, wow, OG shooting like that. And like he said, sees a certain season hits, and now he can't shoot at all. And I mind you, I'm somebody who done seen the best shooters. We see the best shooters. So when I see OG, I'm like, wow, look at that improvement. And from one season to the next, your player broke.
Done.
And
I ended up spending 150 because I wasn't doing that grind again.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. I appreciate you sharing that, OG.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, because I think it's a reality check for a lot of us who feel like, well, I just grind out. Y'all stupid. I don't pay no money for VC. Yeah, you don't, but there's some risks that go with that. Is the time that you're investing worth it? Is 2K gonna make it worth it? And that's the scary part, that they'll change the game right in front of you after you done spent your time grinding because you didn't want to spend money on VC. I'm not saying you should. Trust and believe. You guys know that I am not saying that you should buy VC. If anything, I'm totally against it. But it's scary to think that if you grind offline, it's a high probability that your player may not be a viable option by the time you get off that grind. You can shoot, no cap. I answer your question. A lot of stuff is future proof. You see what I'm saying? That's Kayvon Lewis. He says, but a lot of stuff is future proof, and your builds are not future proof. Nobody's build is future proof.
That's the truth.
Slish said, it'd be funny if crossplay is only for the WMB.
Oh, that'd be sickening. You talking about what? What?
Hey, that is some okie doke. I can see him pulling though.
I got you, Kayvon. Yeah.
Everybody meet up and we go to 2K's building and we fight.
Reporting my card stolen.
So, all right. So here's the deal, Kayvon. Like Kayvon said, like a 92 3-pointer going to be good. And I'll give you a perfect example. This year we started with 89 3-pointer is the standard for shooting. This year we started with 89 being like a good standard for shooting. And it wasn't until you learn that 92 is a really good standard, you get that limitless on gold and you push you back. But then folks want to know, because people don't like wasting attributes. So, and one attribute can make a huge difference on your build. So, and that's the dilemma that we end up in. What if you go and put 92 on your 3-pointer for 2K24 and you see the homie shooting exactly the same as you, if not even better, with an 85 3-pointer next year? And those are the things that we just don't know. We just don't know what we're going to get. And that 85 3-ball might hold up until the second season. And then now you need the 92. So this is where the confusion happens. And this is where a lot of issues end up happening. The finesse. It's hard. It's a hell of a dilemma.
Yeah. Or not even that. We're thinking about having up our 3-pointer, but think about how at the beginning of this year with the steals.
From company event.
Like people purposely made builds with 99 steal and 97 perimeter defense. Then a patch comes because people crying and complaining. They're trying to play the same game as it was last year, not learning how to play the game. People crying and complaining, and they wind up patching to the point where like you can't get steals with a 99 steal. So it's like
so
you spent
disappointing.
all that money. Yeah, you spent all that money and you grinded that build out, got it to 99, but then you realize that you don't need a Hall of Fame unpluckable or a Hall of Fame glove. You need silver, gold. So then all you gotta do is make another build, but that's more money that you wasted.
And you can't. What the messed up part is, even right now, until this time that we're in right now on 2K23, is that you can't say, well, you got to put it on this. And that's guaranteed for, like the homie said, future proof for the rest of the annual cycle, because you don't know if 2K is going to say, oh, we're lowering the sliders for this now. More balance. Do you know what your balance adjustment cost me, bro? Your balance adjustment just cost me $150. Why would I put a 99 on my steel when my 85 steel gets the same amount of steels? Don't make no sense. That don't add up. That don't make no sense. So I think that's what we're experiencing with a lot of the attributes. And 2K has found a way. I don't think this is going to last forever, y'all. I think there's going to be at some point that it hits the fan. But what 2K has really gotten really good at is that they'll move on to the next thing. And it's almost like a bank robber or something. They're in and out quick. So right now they're making their money from this. But before we know it, seasons drop and we're paying for seasons. And this gets adjusted here because now we're paying for seasons and we're paying for all these cosmetic items, skins, things like this, new basketballs, new socks. I know a lot of you weirdos will pay 25,000 VC for a new pair of socks. I already know a lot of you weirdos. You're the same weirdos who put on those glizzy hats and the shiny pants. I know y'all would do that in a second. So, you know, they're good at going in and out. So right now, this is, you know, build costs are the issue that's like in our face. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to stay on top of this. They're not going to be able to finesse us, at least at this community. Because when I see it, remember you heard it here first. Remember that you heard it here. And I mentioned us paying for seasons 2 years ago. So, and that was the very instant that I saw seasons. I said, oh, I know what they're doing. Because they sent out that survey in 2K18 wondering why folks were moving over to, what the hell is that game? Fortnite. They sent out a survey to a bunch of players asking, why'd you leave 2K? Was it because you started playing Fortnite? So they want to follow along those models that maximize profits, which makes sense for any business. But the problem is the way in which they finesse us into doing it. I know Fortnite players don't feel finessed. Fortnite players just don't feel finessed. They're paying because they're happy. Warzone players don't feel finessed. We're paying money because we're happy. We want to get that skin. We want to look like this when we play. But 2K is not giving us that choice. That's the problem. And I know, or they're giving us the illusion as if we have a choice. That's what I'm getting at. And surely we have a choice, but if our main goal, like for someone like me, is to play online, you let me know in the comments if you guys disagree or not. I don't mind. I don't mind sharing, you know, creating dialogue about this is what I mean to say. But I think they give us the illusion that we have a choice, or telling us that your $150 will save you. What if 2K straight said this? If you pay $150, you don't need to spend a month grinding. You know how many people find that disrespectful? People will find that hell. What are you saying? I have to pay or spend a month to grind? What are you telling me? Before I can play the game that I actually want to play, which is online in the rec? Half the time my build isn't playing how I made them. I'm sorry, Chosen Kid. Yeah, but what they're missing is those games are free. You pay for extra content. Thank you for saying that, Obi-Ra Kenobi. That's the hood version. He's the East New York version of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was gonna say he's from Philly.
Hey, chill out.
I appreciate you saying that, Dame Dashing. Paying to hit 40 would be sad. And that's another thing as well when you're saying paying to hit 40, because a lot of seasons have this thing with like level skips. So this is where we're going, yeah. Unless there's a new introduction to how seasons operate in games, in other games, we're going this way with 2K. 2K is not going to leave this money on the table. And considering that they announced crossplay, I wouldn't even put it past them that it's starting this year. I wouldn't put it past them. Because crossplay is such a big announcement. I wouldn't put it past them that they start us paying for seasons this year, and you guys will be paying for those My Team rewards. You guys will be paying for those banners.
Technically, you are.
Yeah. I
The
mean, if
brand
2K
definitely-
was smart though, they would go that route. Like
Right.
thinking from like a business perspective,
Mhm.
I would make the base game free.
Mhm.
Any kind of additional things you wanted, so like the Legend Edition gets you like access to a battle pass for a lack of a better word, and you
Mhm.
get the 10 tier skips. But you have different like tiers to it, different levels to it, so you get more access to better things as you go along in the game too. And that would get that player base back because we see what happened going into the holiday season when the game was free.
Mhm.
So you see an influx of people come back to it. So they use that and sway their numbers a little bit to show to the
Mhm.
stakeholders that they had an
Say
influx
it
of people
again.
come in and stuff like that. So they're able to do what they do now. But if they went the complete opposite route and made the game free, man, it would be so much easier and a lot smoother for them to be able to get people to play the game like generically and not have
Mhm.
to bait them into playing because there's nothing else to play.
Yeah. Like 2K wants to eliminate the competition to force you to believe that you should enjoy the game. It's like, nah, the successful, and I'm not saying 2K is not successful. They're successful beyond belief, but man, how much more money could this company make? They could make so much more money if they follow something along the lines of, I don't, trust me, I am not trying to act arrogant in the sense that I know better than the conglomerate that's 2K. I am not trying to act like I know better, but from our standpoint as a gamer, it's like, man, that's such a successful way to approach gaming. Like Fortnite came on the scene out of nowhere. Warzone came on the scene. Do you guys realize that Warzone was not, it was supposed to be a 1 season thing? And because it was so successful, they had no intention of making Warzone what it was. It was supposed to be a 1 season thing off of Blackout, I think it was called, off of something like that. So it was only supposed to last 1 season, but being that the consumer base loved it so much, they were forced into making more and making it as successful as it turned out. And I think that formula that they practice for that would be greatly implemented into 2K if they considered that route. Make it free. Again, I wouldn't put it past 2K. Microtransactions already outweigh the unit sales for 2K, so it may be where they're headed. Maybe they're just not ready to do it yet. Projections probably haven't showed that the microtransaction sale could outweigh. But if they incorporate paying for seasons, that will cover the cost for what they lose on unit sales. Very easy. $10-$20 through 5 seasons. Let's say 5 seasons for the annual cycle, $10-$20 a season, or maybe 6 seasons. That makes up the $60-$70 for the cost, and then they add the additional cosmetic items that we're paying for, and it's over with.
Yep, and they could add in the rosters into that too. So you think about like the roster updates could be a yearly thing too, or every couple months until the to the trade deadline. Like because that's pretty much when they stop updating rosters anyway. So you add that into it too. But they would make a killing.
They would definitely make a killing. Paying for seasons really only makes sense for my team, in my opinion. Yeah, you're thinking about it from what's you're thinking about what 2K is offering right now in seasons. If we paid for seasons, 2K is not going to offer what they're offering right now. It'll be very different. You're not going to get VC rewards, but you're going to get very different type of rewards in your season. And it's not going to be a My Team reward. It's not going to be a banner that you're getting in your season. It's going to be very different. You might possibly, maybe the first time they rolled it out, I could see them offering a banner. But they would definitely change up how they're doing it if they intend to charge you guys. A lot of it is going to be cosmetic still, but will it work? It'll work. People will pay. They will pay. And I think they had 2K has the capacity to do that. Like right now, if they wanted to start 2K24 paying $10 per season, I think they can make that happen as long as the season rewards are legitimate. They would have to rethink how they approach season rewards. And I'm not 100% sure if they're prepared for that, because I remember watching a live stream. You guys let me know what you think about this. I remember watching a live stream from Ronnie 2K, and he was asked about seasons, and the way he made it seem, first of all, he couldn't even like he didn't have it's 360 rewards that you have to come up with. 9 seasons, 40 levels. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken about the math, please let me know. But I think it's about 360 rewards that they have to come up with every annual cycle. 9 seasons times 40. And when they asked Ronnie 2K about the rewards and what's going on with the rewards, he said, yeah, you know, it's like tough. Well, we got like 80 rewards that we got to come up with. And I say, yo, how doesn't this guy know that it's 360 reward? Like, how isn't that common talk throughout 2K headquarters and everything around, as big as seasons are, that there's 360 reward? That should have been like just a general figure. 360, 360, 360. Everybody that's involved with development at 2K should know that it's 360 rewards. He didn't even have an idea that 2K had 360, and he thought that 80 rewards to come up with was considered a lot when he was referencing how many rewards that the development team has to come up with. He saw 80 as a lot when the actuality is they got to come up with 360.
They just let you know they didn't have to, because they were going to recycle a lot of them.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're prepared. I don't know if they're prepared to make up, you know, for us to pay for seasons, because that means that's a huge investment on their part to make sure that those rewards are up to par for folks that are paying for those seasons.
Well, one of the things that entices with Warzone, and I'm not a big Warzone player until like recently, and is the fact that you can have a chance to earn, you know, their type of BC. That's one of your rewards. It might only be 100, but for them it's pretty decent, because if you save up, then you might have enough to buy one of their cheaper bundles. You know, but now you're spending on that. You know, that's the question: is 2K gonna come up their BC? Because we've had mascots recycle after recycle, and no season so far has offered any type of BC or reward. You know, you get a My Team pack. What about the ones that don't play My Team now?
Well, that's right, bro. You know, Warzone had the thing where you buy a pack, and some of the packs came with tokens that you would allow you to buy another pack. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Crap. $1 rec subscription. 2K definitely stealing that idea. Oh man, they might need to make seasons longer. I could see that. Like, you know, extending 6 seasons, and like I said, their goal will be to make up, if they ever intended to go the free route for 2K, and it looks like they're headed that way, considering they've offered it free. Over the last few years, they've offered the game free. I could see them heading that way. I guess they're trying to test the waters on what free means in regards to microtransactions. When they offer the unit for free, what does it mean? So I guess they spent the last couple years analyzing the data for what does free mean for the player base. What does free mean for the amount of profits we're going to make on microtransactions? If they know that they make their they know that the good majority of their profits come from microtransactions, then their goal ends up becoming getting players on the game. Accessibility.
And we like with Call of Duty, after you finish, like, I forgot which one, it was one of the older ones. When you finish the season, they still had cases you could get.
How season to season shooting changes. 1 minute your lights on, all of a sudden your brick city shooting floor because of shot timing. Shooting, yeah, it's flawed because of, you know, a lot of reasons. You got latency happening. One day you're shooting good, next day you're not. You got the idea that a lot of players in the 2K community come up with, thinking that it's intentional. The sliders have been lowered, so they make it seem like shooting is messed up to encourage you guys to make a new build. Maybe you need to make an adjustment on your shot. If you have an 89 3 ball, you feel like you shoot better with a 92 3 ball, so you make an adjustment on your shot, and that just takes. Do you understand that it's one adjustment of a slider, one tick could change everything on a slider? Just one tiny tick over on a slider could bring in millions of dollars for 2K. Do we get that? Like, do we understand that?
It's always a reason behind the reason.
When you're at that level of business, when you're that large, it's always because it's just one move that could either make you lose millions of dollars, leave millions of dollars on the table, or help you make millions of dollars instantly. That's how big they are. And again, I don't mean to come across like I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking with y'all, man. So hopefully you share your thoughts in the comments. Even if you disagree, let's talk about it. Put it in the comments. Because I never want to come across like I'm just here talking to y'all like I'm a big know-it-all. I know nothing about 2K's business side of things for the most part. I'm not there. I just have a general understanding of business. And when you know gaming, you're like, well, and you see what other companies have done. You know the history of 2K. If you guys don't know the history of 2K, this is why it's good to understand history, yeah? Because, you know, you'd be condemned to repeat it if you don't. And I'm not speaking cliche terms. I'm speaking in regards to 2K to help segue into the idea that 2K took so many ideas from NBA Live and ran with it and shut NBA Live down. They took NBA Live down and blatantly took their ideas like, and what? But if you don't know your history, you don't know that was the history of 2K. So much so, imagine, let's put this in perspective, and hopefully we could create some dialogue about this. Let's put this in perspective. We was talking about this yesterday. You are NBA Live player. 2K hasn't even started. NBA Live is the only game on the market that's considered one of the best basketball games. We know nothing better at this time. I remember this all too clear. When 2K dropped, I let go of NBA Live instantly. It was too good. But we didn't realize that 2K at that time was just taking NBA Live's ideas and then they ran with it and shut them down to the point that right now NBA Live was put in a position that they had to consider releasing a free-to-play game. The game that took over NBA Live became so big and took over the spot of NBA Live that not only did they take over the spot, they completely eliminated the competition. And I'm not saying that again for the sake of saying it as a cliche. I'm saying it because there's facts. They took over and shut them down. The whole development team for NBA Live was shut down because it was cutting into the sales for NBA 2K. And it wasn't 2K that told them. It was the actual NBA who said, you cannot drop that game, EA. Sorry, boys. They had to disband their whole development team for the NBA Live that was finna come out that was supposed to be free to play for us. Why? Because it was going to cut into the sales of 2K. That was from the NBA to EA. Not NBA 2K, NBA. So 2K became so big, but the history is they took over NBA Live and they took a lot of their ideas, even a lot of their staff. It just became too big. And not only did they become too big and say, yeah, we can share in the profits, they said, hell nah, get out of here. You know what? We running this. Yeah.
Let's not forget, Mike Wang was a developer for NBA Live.
There you go. There you go. Say it again.
Yeah, 2K straight took him away from him.
I just about to say that too. I'm pretty sure Mike Wang worked over there.
You gotta know your history. If you know the history, then some of the stuff that I'm saying won't seem like conspiracy theory. It won't seem like, yo, this dude crazy. What the hell he's trying to do?
Bigfoot.
Oh man!
We think we're witnessing Bigfoot. Crossplay is Bigfoot, man. We've been seeing that for years.
Bro, what's wild though is they put it in PGA Tour. Like, who cares? Like, I guess maybe they were trying to test it out though. Like, you never know. Like, they were trying to test out the server to see how it was on that side before they brought it over here.
Yeah, that would make sense though.
But we know 2K don't make sense, so.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, but
yeah.
not 2K.
Disrespectful said, this is a little petty, but I lost 6 30-minute XP coins last season that I couldn't use because I was level 40 the first week. The coins should move on to the next season. Yeah, you know, I think 2K was petty. Yeah, if you didn't know this as well, the first season that 2K had, you were able to transfer your coins to the next season. You know, people were gonna glitch it. People were gonna, which it makes no sense. Those are coins earned. So if they want to skip a whole season because they earned coin, and it's not necessarily skip, you just get these double XP. So if you let your, let's say, first 5 season of coins accumulate, then maybe you don't even barely need to play season 6 to hit level 40. But what I'm saying is it was earned. So let it transfer over. What's it to you, 2K? What's it to you? If somebody gets to level 40 ASAP or not, what's it to you? Those were coins that were earned.
They feel like it's going to take away from their time playing.
Right. So again, that goes to the finesse. If I have a good product, and gameplay, and this is where things get a little weird, because in older versions of 2K, before seasons were even introduced, is when the good majority of the players played the annual cycle in its entirety. Day in, day out, 12 hours or 8 to 12 hours. You're playing the whole year. Since seasons have been introduced, a lot more players get off earlier. So if what worked before to keep players on the game, like you mentioned, Chosen, had nothing to do with seasons, what's the difference now? What's happening now? One, we know, I think the consensus is gameplay is lacking. So you would think the main approach would be, well, let's improve gameplay so we don't need to worry about taking away XP tokens from the player base and not letting them transfer over. The gameplay is solid. They let them play. Let them go on. The game is so solid, I don't have to worry about them getting off because they hit level 40 ASAP. That's how I see it. When the gameplay is solid, you don't think about that stuff. Fortnite ain't thinking about that stuff. They're thinking, well, let's make some more content. Give them Marvel outfits. Let's make some more content.
What they can add into the game.
Yeah. Aren't they allowing you to build your own stuff now? We was talking about yesterday, your own levels and stuff like that.
Yes, like that. What's that new game up there or whatever it's called?
Mm.
They have it where you
one that's on Steam.
Yeah, the Fortnite has a creator mode. You can make your own little platform, have a creator code. Everybody goes to there if they want to play it. Everything else, you know, it's all advertised. You can search it. It's insane.
So I'm a creator on 2K, part of the development team. So Fortnite is allowing you to create your own levels. What if we let players make their own rec? We already got the dynamic we already got the mechanic, I should say, to create a pro-am arena. So there's nothing we need to do. The mechanic is already in the game. We create our own courts. That's very similar to what Fortnite's offering in developing your own levels. And then what happens is the community starts challenging each other on who has the best court. Similar to what they did with, the t-shirt creator thing. That joint was dope in 2K18, but a lot of you goofies want to put boobies on your shirt.
Right.
So they couldn't leave it. Little penis drawings on your shirt. Yeah, tiny little peepees.
Hey, I didn't play 2K18, so.
Pluto said Fortnite will never die.
Yeah, well, Fortnite will never die. It's established.
Fortnite forever.
Dame Dashin said, that's facts, bro. The gameplay is what keeps me on the game. I stopped playing 23 way quicker than usual and put less time in than I normally do each year. Same here. And I was so enthusiastic about 23. It sucks when your wife tells you, man, how's the game? It's amazing. Well, your wife knows you better than you probably know yourself. Ask you again a week later. You yelling F, B.
Right.
This is some BS. So, you know, and that's what we've been experiencing over the last few years. And it gets old and it sucks when your wife knows it. It's like, yeah, I'll ask you again in a week and see what happens. That sucks. Like, where does the development team take pride in the product that they're delivering? And that's not to dismiss. I don't want to put a sour note on the super exciting news because, man, we have gone astray talking about this. Super exciting news in crossplay, man. You know, 2K takes us down a rabbit hole when we start digging. And the fact is that there's super exciting news, probably the biggest news, like Red said, in over a decade. Crossplay is officially announced. Crossplay is coming for 2K24 for all WNBA players.
I don't think they caught that one.
I'll let you know. Ronnie's teasing more news, so we might get some more news.
Oh my God. Is he live right now? Or is he posting?
Posted on that new app, the Threads app, the Instagram.
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, my wife just told me about it. I gotta download it.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to get traffic over there, so he's saying he's gonna announce something on there soon.
Oh crap. Some more news. You heard Hex say it. Some more news coming. Yeah, I don't know what else could there be. I think they're gonna tell us. You heard it here first. You guys about to pay an extra. Just make sure you have an additional $100 in your account. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Extra. Take that change out that little piggy bank jar you have, the mason jar you have. Take that change out. Go take it to the supermarket, and yeah, get that extra $100 because I think Ronnie 2K is about to announce that you're gonna pay for your seasons.
Has he announced crossplay on any of his other platforms yet?
No, that might be the announcement. My guess is
I about to say
yeah. I'd say people are still wary because it came from an article and not straight from 2K.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's it.
Maybe he will.
That's right. That's probably it. Because ESPN, it would have been taken down by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
Took that down.
Yeah. So it's definitely official.
Yeah, maybe PR would have told him to take it down.
Yeah.
Frank Daniel said NBA 2K Intel about to leak everything. Salute to NBA 2K Intel, man, because they were getting at his head thinking that them bootleg salute to Kobe Bryant. I don't mean to disrespect or tarnish his name in any way, but the covers don't do justice for what Kobe Bryant. I think they've invested way more effort into banners than they did in the covers for this next 2K. Game, good thing I got my lemonade stand. So yeah, so they're probably gonna make the official announcement. Ronnie 2K on Instagram Threads. Is what Heck just said. $200 for the Mamba edition. Would you guys pay $200, Nick? Would you pay $200 for the Mamba edition?
No.
Didn't we just about pay that this year?
We paid $150. Was it $150 or $100?
It was like $150. Well, actually, I think $170, almost $180. If you added the NBA League Pass.
Oh yeah, how much was that version?
I think it was like $180 something.
Zidandara.
If I'm not mistaken.
No cap. No, I'm not going to. I don't think I'm gonna. I didn't finish Hogwarts Legacy. Nah. 200. Nah. Phil the Thrill said nah. I'm not paying 200. Let me double check the.
I guess it depends on what comes with it.
Takis presents.
Better come with $1 million VC.
Yeah, let's say you planned on getting that much in VC and it comes with a good amount of VC. It might be worth getting, but yeah, it was $150 for the championship edition this year.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because the way they entice you guys into getting better versions of the game, like more expensive versions of the game, is by adding that little VC thing in there, 100K VC. So initially they got away with it because we were thinking, we had no idea that it was going to cost way more than that to make your build. So they got away with it initially thinking as a player, well, it's worth it because you get that 100K VC and that'll help you start your build until you realize that 100K VC took you all the way from a 60 overall to a 61.5 overall. And then when people saw that, they was just like, why did that 100K only get me to 61.5? I thought the 100K was gonna get me to at least a 90 overall. Negative, Kochi. So you guys gotta watch out for that number that they put on there. That'll help give us an idea of what they're intending to have us pay for each build. I don't know how long they intend to do that, how long they intend to, continue to increase the prices, but in our pre-order, we only get the 100K VC. It's lost its value because it's spread throughout the community heavy. So people aren't gonna get finessed by that 100K no more. They're gonna have to put a different number on there. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. 450K max. To give you guys some perspective in what I'm saying, what you guys are paying for a build, you pay $100 for 450K VC. That 450K doesn't even cover the cost for your build. So hopefully you guys understand that. You pay $100 for the game. You pay $100 for 450K VC, which used to cover your build in the past, cover the entire cost for your build to completely max out, and you were able to buy all the clothes, get all the sneakers, get all the animations, and you still had 30,000 left over. In 2K23, 450 didn't even cover the cost of your build alone. You paid more than that to cover the cost of your build. So keep that in mind, yeah. America, the land of the finesse. Where we at? We are at an hour and 26 minutes. Y'all be sure to keep it locked here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Help us get one step closer to 100K. If you're in here and you're looking for players to run with, you haven't found a good teammate to run with, you need players to run with, you like 10s, you like tournaments, you like leagues, come on out and join our Discord because we got all of that. Leagues, tournaments, Badge Plug, and Joe Knows both played in the same tournament, ended up facing off the All City tournament. Salute to the homie All City Slim for making these things happen, All City Red, and the entire All City team for helping to deliver on some of the things that we offer you guys within our community. Big things in our Discord, and we're offering subscription-based services as well, where some of our best players are going one-on-one with you to help increase your skill, gameplay, and knowledge of 2K. If you guys are interested in that stuff, type !Discord in the chat. It's a wide open community, 25,000 strong, only positive vibes. You don't believe me? Go in there and try to be toxic and see how long you last. You'll be there and you'll be gone in 1.5 seconds. Safe environment for gamers from all walks of life, and we work really hard to keep it safe like that. So consider joining our Discord. We love to have you. Thank you so much for tuning in. The All City team, you guys could sound off. Take us out of here.
Shows and one holler at y'all later.
OG. Hey,
Yeah,
subscribe.
love and respect.
All City Slim. Yeah, just like City said, man, please come through to the Discord. We got a lot of stuff going on. Got a tournament about to pop up pretty soon. We also went to subscription. We're going to start offering an All City League that myself and Red definitely run. So hit us up. We definitely will be around to help you guys out too.
Yes, sir.
Pretty Red, and stay with the news. You know what channel to tune into.
All City Cheat. Come join the Discord, man. Come get clapped.
There you go. Pause. That was a whole different, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. All City Chi wants to clap you. All City Chi, he wants to clap you. You heard it here.
That's between you and the members.
Salute to y'all, man. Wishing y'all a safe and blessed rest of your night. I will catch you, maybe we'll have to do another live stream depending on what Ronnie 2K, but if it is what he has to say in that Instagram thread, but if it is super big news, I'll start it up again. Y'all be sure to keep it locked. I'll drop a video and start up another live stream so we can talk about anything else any other big news that's coming up. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all be